watching Wolverine TV.
Hey Bronx Science, welcome back to another episode of Wolverine TV. I'm Lola.
And I'm Taz.
Let's kick off this week's episode with Fast Forward with Fahim.
Hey Bronx Science, welcome to a new episode of Fast Forward with Fahim. Hope all is well, but now let's fast forward and see what events are coming up. Polls open today for the SO elections. Be sure to watch the candidates' videos and get voting. Do you want to show off your amazing talents? The talent show interest form is due on April 9th. Finally, spring break is here. Schools are closed starting March 29th and going on through April 2nd. That's all for today. See you next time, Bronx Science.
Make sure to go vote tomorrow.
Yep, now let's move on to current events with Asuka.
Hey everyone, I'm Asuka. This week we'll be discussing a heavier topic but a very much needed conversation. We'll be addressing the rise in anti-Asian American hate. The Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University found that hate crimes against Asian Americans has spiked 149% between 2019 and 2020. In addition, Stop AAPI Hate recorded 3,795 hateful incidents from last February to this March, with most of them targeted against women. Specifically, in New York City alone, the NYPD found that hate crimes motivated by anti-Asian sentiment jumped 1,900% just in 2020 alone. With these statistics in mind, just remember that those are only a fraction of what's going on because hate crimes are undercounted and underreported. There are many reasons why Asian Americans may feel reluctant to report, such as cultural and language barriers, distrust of the police, or fear of removal of immigration status, just to name a few. Another important reason is that it can be difficult to prove an attacker's racial bias. With that, let's talk about the Atlanta shooting. On March 16, 2021, a series of mass shootings killed 8 people in Atlanta, Georgia, 6 of whom were Asian women. Cherokee County Sheriff Captain Jay Baker, who's no longer a spokesperson on the case, said that suspect Robert Aaron Long had a bad day and was at the end of his rope as means of justifying the killings. They were trying to remove the anti-Asian American sentiment from the murder, which is completely ridiculous because you can't separate those two things. First, this occurred when there was, and still is, a rise in anti-Asian American hate crimes. Also, it was found that Captain Jay Baker, a person in power, has been promoting anti-Asian American sentiment on Facebook. Excuses are still being made for the white perpetrators. People stated alternative causes trying to disconnect the violence from the racist sentiment, but you can't. Compared to the 8 victims, he wasn't the one having a bad day. It doesn't matter if he was at the end of his rope, because the truth is, he killed 8 people. The press has also been downplaying the whole situation, but you need to address it as what it is, a hate crime. Now, what can you do? Well, while the shootings may have sparked discussions within Bronx Science, a lot more awareness still needs to be spread and ignorance needs to stop. Fear is a reality for us right now, and now more than ever, we need support from members from every community. Educate yourselves, your parents, and anyone you can reach because our lives shouldn't be dependent on white men having good days.
Thank you for telling us that incredibly important topic, Asuka.
Yep, now let's move on to Let's Get Lit with Camila.
Hey Bronx Science! Welcome back to Let's Get Lit with Camila, where I'll be discussing and recommending must-read books. March is Women's History Month, and in honor of it, I've dedicated this week's segment to my favorite female authors. The first book I'd like to recommend is Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle. It's a mystery novel that follows the lives of 2 sisters who live in a small town where they've been outcasted and hated by their neighbors following the mysterious murder of their family 7 years prior. It's a bittersweet reflection of Jackson's own internal struggle between being forced to be a maternal figure, constrained by conformity, and remaining youthful and daring. The second book I'd recommend is The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. This novel is a bildungsroman in many ways, although it can be seen as much more. The novel jumps from past to present as the reader follows the lives of fraternal twins Rahel and Estha as they grow up and experience the real world. It's a book about family tragedy and the loss of childhood innocence. The last book I believe everybody should read is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate D. Camila. Although she's primarily a children's book author, the novel is timeless and beautifully written. Edward Tulane, a China rabbit, has lived his entire life being cared for and kept in the finest condition, until one day he finds himself lost. From there, Edward begins his journey of finding his way back home and meets many characters along the way. It's a heartwarming story that presents the reader with emotionally complex themes while maintaining an easy-to-read storyline. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have the chance to check out these books over spring break. All of these authors have created fantastic novels that not only talk about feminism, but what it means to be a person in a complicated world. These books are free and available for you to download via online PDFs, your public library, or you can reach me at kulahliogluE@bxscience.edu. That's all for this week. I'll get back to you soon.
I want to read those books.
Me too. Now let's roll some frozen.
Hey guys, you know what's more important than ever right now? I'll tell you, it's keeping up with traditions. And on that note, be sure to sign up for our annual talent show. That's right, team up with your friends, your teachers, your pets, or just be on your own and show off any and every skill that you may have. That means you can sing, you can dance, you can do magic tricks, you can perform live, or submit a pre-recorded video. I'm telling you, the options are literally endless. Just be sure to sign up by April 9th through a Google form emailed to you. I guess I'll end off this video by saying I better be seeing you perform.
What are you doing March 25th?
I'm going to vote.
I'm going to vote.
I'm going to.
I'm going to vote.
I'm going to vote.
I'm gonna vote. Are you? Thursday, March 25th, SO election voting opens. Go vote, Bronx Science.
Cool. If you have any promos you want us to air, make sure to email them to us at wolverinetv@bxscience.edu.
We look forward to seeing them. Make sure to post on Instagram for more election content.
That's a wrap on this week's episode, people. Catch you next time.
And as always,
Thanks for watching!